Mesdames et messieurs, ladies and gentlemen, Demi Lovato. What do you think of the couch?
Yes, I love the couch. I love pink.
Are you working on it?
Maybe. When I first got sober, I went 6 months without a phone. I realized expectations are disappointments waiting to happen. I am now having sex with the lights on.
And that's what we do.
Hell yeah!
Disney's gonna love that. Sorry, guys. Hi.
Oops.
Oopsie. Cheers to that. Santé.
Santé.
I hope you're well seated on the couch. What does it mean, couch? With Lena situation. Lena situation. Couch!
We've grown up with her, from Disney Channel, obviously, to stadium tours. We've seen her with the kid, as the kid with the big smile, the teenager with the even bigger voice, and later as the woman brave enough to share her darkest moment with the world. Few artists have ever been that vulnerable and that open. Today, she's back with a brand new album called It's Not That Deep, because when you think about it, it's kind of not that deep. This time, it's not about surviving, it's about living, about the late nights, the dance floor, joy, love, basically all the fun parts in our lives that we kind of sometimes forget to celebrate. She wanted to celebrate, she's happy, she's in love, and she wants to enjoy life. These are her words. And I think we can enjoy together the next 30 minutes. For the very first time on a French podcast, Mesdames et messieurs, ladies and gentlemen, Demi Lovato.
For
I hope
sure.
you're well seated on the couch. What do you think of the
Yes,
couch?
I love the couch. I love pink, so
You're glowing.
I love it. Thank you.
I'm so happy to have you.
Thank
I wanted,
you.
before we start, to say, as a 97 kid, we saw you evolve and we grew up together. When I was watching Camp Rock, obviously I was like 10 years old. And seeing you now, today, everything seems to be glowing for you. Everything seems to have changed. And we've been spectator of you. But I wanted to say as a human from another human, not as a artist or someone that we see on TV. This is so amazing to see you in this chapter of your life with this big ass rock on your finger and being open to have conversation like this one is just fucking amazing.
Thank
and
you
I'm so
so
happy
much.
to have you. I needed to say
you.
this.
You're so sweet. That was so sweet. Thank you.
What is a theme in every of your eras is being confident. Obviously, it's like a top single, but it's also now in this album that I had the chance to have some glimpse of. Mm-hmm. It's still the main thing. It's being confident about yourself, confident enough to have a party, not in a club, but by yourself at your house, confident enough to have a breakup, but take it in another way than maybe you usually did, and being confident in your own skin as a woman. So I wanted to have like a little line on this podcast around being confident. And it all started at maybe a young age, because as a teenager, you were already performing in front of millions. I was wondering, were you already confident or you were acting confident at that time?
You know, I work towards my confidence. I went through a period of time that I didn't have very much confidence and I struggled a lot. But every day I wake up, I choose self-love and I recognize my worth.
Yeah.
And I value my life so much. And so I want to put the best foot forward and embrace myself, embrace my body. And it's something that sometimes takes practice.
Ouais.
And it's also something that has taken me a long time to get here.
Yeah.
But I'm in a really great place in my life today. I have a husband who loves me so much, who makes me feel confident on days when I may not feel it myself. But I also recognize that my confidence inspires others. And so I want to continue to spread that light and be that example for other people. So even on days when I'm maybe not feeling the best, I still choose self-worth and confidence.
Yeah. And is your voice, not your voice for a platform, but your voice, like your real instrument, was something that made you confident? Do you remember that time where you started singing and said, ooh, I can sing?
My first time on stage was when I was 5 years old. And so, and it was the talent show at my school. The microphone went out, like in the middle of my performance. And I remember my crush was in the front row and he started laughing at me. And I took the microphone and I went like this and I started singing again and the microphone turned back on, and it was this kind of this transformative moment where I realized how much music meant to me.
Yeah.
But in that moment, it gave me the strength to continue my performance. And I kind of have never looked back. And yes, my voice has given me confidence over the years, definitely.
I mean, if I could sing like you, I would never shut up. I will always be singing. I think it's amazing that you like retain yourself and not sing to me while this interview. I would say everything was my voice. Where is this crush now? Was he impressed by that?
I have no idea. He's probably somewhere in Texas.
Hi.
Hello, Douglas McDonald.
If you could whisper something to this young girl who was at a talent show, what would you say to her?
That choosing your voice will open so many doors for you, that will inspire so many people. You just have to continue to love yourself, put yourself first, and recognize that your voice is a gift, protect it, and never give up.
What's amazing is that you have a passion, and I think it takes courage to know that you have a passion and then see all the people like growing up and say, hi, so this is what I want to do, can you help me? I want to be a singer, I want to be an actress. Do you remember like who helped you to put words into what you had in your mind?
When I was very young, my mom asked me if I wanted to audition for Barney and Friends. I was about 5 years old. She recognized that I could sing. I was singing all the time at this point. And I said, yes, I want to audition. And little did I know that decision would be the catalyst for the rest of my career.
Yeah.
And I didn't book it the first time because I couldn't read yet. And they were like, she's too young.
I want to put you in my pocket. That's so sweet.
I was memorizing every line that I had. So my mom would draw a little picture next to the lines on the script. And it would be like an ice cream cone. And I would remember that was the line I was going to say, we should go get ice cream or something like that. Went back a few years later after I started doing beauty pageants. And I auditioned for Barney again. And I booked it. And that was the beginning of my career.
History was made this day.
Yeah, but it started like just innocently, my mom being like, do you want to be on Barney? It's your favorite show. And I was like, yes, please.
So sweet. There is something that happened that was a shift in your life, was obviously being in the spotlight very young, and that you were a young woman talking to other young women. Did you understand that people were real fans and real people that was watching the show? Because maybe you had numbers, like saying, you have this amount of followers on Twitter didn't even existed yet. You had this amount of people watching the show, watching the movie. Did you realize that those people were real humans?
Yes. I am so appreciative. I mean, of course, I recognize that they were humans, and the emotions that they would express when we would meet for the first time would be tears or screams, or it was just passion. So I recognized that there was a connection there from the beginning. I think it took me a while to process how many people were fans of mine, because it's not natural for a human to have fans. It took me a while to process it, but I always recognized the connection.
Because social media did not exist at first.
Right.
We saw the social media arriving. And I think I'm asking the question because most of my work is on social media, so it's very digital, and I don't really often see the people who watch the show. Otherwise I'm in the street, of course, but for you it's kind of immediate because there is the shows, the tour, and it's where you see like the real life. So maybe the question was not that deep for you because you see them, they like come to the show.
Yes, they come to the show, but also numbers came into play. Like when I did Camp Rock, it was X amount of people that watched it on the night that it aired. And so I remember, I think it was like 7 or 8 million people tuned in for Camp Rock. I remember correlating it to, or trying to like conceptualize how many people that is. And I was like, that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
And when I started releasing music, I started seeing the numbers on charts. It's kind of a dangerous territory to become focused on the numbers, because what's important is the connection with your fans.
Yeah.
But obviously, as a business person, you have to like be aware of what you're selling. And
you know what? I don't even think it's business. It's more the fact that when you have a passion, you want really to protect it, and to protect it, you have to make business. Otherwise, maybe everything can disappear in one night because of a bad business decision. But what you want to do is to have this passion for the rest of your life.
Yes.
So don't even maybe when we think of business, it's always like this bad thing or this money thing. Sometimes it's much more than that. It's about protecting what you created those 20 past years. It's about protecting that.
Yes. Today, I try not to focus on the numbers because I recognize that whatever the numbers are, I'm still going to be here and I'm still going to create art regardless of how well or not well it does. I don't know. I just try not to focus on that.
That's an amazing feeling, I think.
It's freeing, absolutely, especially when in the beginning of my career, I put so much emphasis on the numbers and the charts and how well I was doing or not doing or whatever it was. And it took its toll on me. And I realized it's kind of like an icky feeling when you start thinking about it from that perspective rather than just thinking about it from the purpose of it, the art.
That makes completely sense. You have really beautiful eyes.
Oh,
you know,
thank you.
I'm like, oh, she's beautiful. Sorry, I dissociated for 5 seconds, guys. What is amazing, when we talk about numbers, obviously it's the marketing thing, as we said, but it's also the humans. And I think the reason why people are very, very caring about you is because you've said everything you had in your mind for the last 20 years. When you were happy, when you were learning, when you were not happy, when you were in a dark place, but when you went out of this dark place, you use the new tools that we have with social media, YouTube, a documentary. You were very, very open about it, which I think is the reason why people are so happy to see you also glowing. It's a beautiful thing to see a human being happy. And sometimes you really want to give your eyes to someone else, because when someone is not confident and you don't see them the way they perceive themselves. When I was watching some eras of your career, I just wanted to give you my eyes and say, I wish she could see her the way we see her. And I think it's one of the reasons your fan base is so happy for this new chapter of your life, for this album, for the way you want to express yourself and your voice and use it. So yeah, let's talk about this new voice, this way of wanting to make people dance.
Yes.
And the movie clip was like, oh, okay, she's back dancing.
Thank you,
How was it? How was the process of this whole new chapter?
This whole new chapter has been so much fun, and it's felt really freeing to step into this era where I'm feeling empowered and I'm confident and I'm expressing myself and my sexuality and just it's just felt so freeing.
Yeah.
And I'm in such a great place in my life and I'm so happy and I'm newly married and it's just like, it's all coming together for me. And thank you for saying that about wanting to give me your eyes.
The eyes.
That was such a beautiful sentiment. And I sometimes have to see myself through my husband's eyes because it's still, like I said in the beginning, it's a work in progress. It's not something where I think every day you wake up and you're super confident, but sometimes he lends me his eyes and I'm able to look in the mirror and see myself more clearly and recognize the things about myself that I really cherish. And this era is representative of that, where I'm feeling empowered, I'm feeling confident enough to dance again. And the dancing was scary at first because I haven't done it in so long. And my biggest talent is not my dancing. So I was kind of like, oh no, is this gonna look good? Or is this, but it turned out fine. And I was really, really happy with the video.
Isn't it so exciting that after 20 years in this industry, you still find things that excite you and scares you?
Yes.
Like dancing
I think
again.
you have to step out of your comfort zone. If you stick in your lane for the rest of your career, you're not going to excite others, but you're also not going to excite yourself. And I think what's beautiful about choreography is that it's challenging for me, and I love a challenge.
Yeah. What I think is great is that you decided that this chapter of your life was going to match your music. Because you can also be a character and sing only ballad and heartbreak song and maybe something that people knew from you and that they loved from you.
Yes.
You could stick to this because it works. It would be streaming, it would be selling, but it was maybe not authentic anymore.
Yes.
And you wanted to approach some topics that you already approached, that's love, heartbreak, and confidence and being a woman empowered, but in a different way, to match who you are now. What was the process of thinking about it, saying, I'm gonna try something new for this era?
Well, I didn't set the intention to try something new for this era. I stepped foot in the studio and I was like, I'm gonna do, my last album was rock.
Right.
Holy fuck. And, I got back in the studio, I was like, I wanna go even more rock.
Yeah.
And I was in the studio and I was like, this isn't clicking, like something is off. And when I wrote Holy Fuck, I was very angry.
Yeah.
And which I think came out sonically with the music. And when I was back in the studio, I had been in my relationship with Jordan, and we, were thriving. And I was like, I'm happy. Like, this is kind of new for me. And I don't know how to write a happy rock song. There's just not many that exist. It's rooted in emotion. And so I changed my sound sonically in the studio and tried different things on, like a few different types of genres on, and was like, I just need to go back to pop. Like, that's what I love singing.
Pop. We love the pop girls.
Yes. And I was like, you know what? It matches the subject matter of what I'm writing about. And I also was like, I'm not going to consciously write from a place that's super emotional for this project, because I want to challenge myself to write music that is matching what I'm feeling. So I took a less serious approach with my songwriting and just had fun with it.
Fun.
And that hence the album name, It's Not That Deep.
It's not that deep. But because you're such a great actress, you can also trick yourself into thinking that you can still be in the rock phase of your life, because you were like the rock star for the last era and this chapter of your life. Sometimes actors, I think, are so good, they can maybe even trick themselves into playing something.
Maybe.
And
I don't think I'm that good of an actor.
No, but you were being that authentic when you have an audience who's waiting for something, is waiting for something from you, can be tricky. And saying, I think I'm gonna do like, the horse, they have those little things, I don't know how to say it in French.
Blinders.
Blinders. Be in a studio and have your blinders saying, I'm gonna do this for me, and try to embrace this new feeling of being happy. So how was the process of writing the songs?
Writing the songs, I went in to the studio, and the very first day I wrote a song called Frequency. It wasn't the first day of writing for this new era, but it was the first day that it clicked. I went into the studio with my producer Zone, two songwriters, Sarah Hudson and Jake Torrey, and we went in and Zone was like, hey, I made this beat in the Uber ride over here. And I was like, what? Let me hear it. It was so fire, so sick that I was like, okay, we have to write to this. We were like, what is the feel? And I was like, it's just sexy. It's just fun. It's like, it's cunty, and like, let's go with that. And so we chased that, and we came up with Frequency, and I adore that song. I'm so proud of it. And I don't know, that was how it came about.
And creating the era, because what is now very exciting, and I think maybe was a shift from the apparition of social media and fans connecting together, was trying to understand the era. What's the color of the album? What are we gonna wear to the concert? Do you support Demi? Do you go into an office and say, this era is gonna be like that? We're gonna choose the color of the album, we're gonna choose the outfit. Is it part of the process? Because I think people who listen to music, love music, and me included, have no clue how it works for an artist to create an album from A to Z.
Well, first, you have to get the body of work together.
Yeah.
And once you have the body of work, you can take a step back and say, okay, how are we going to visualize this album? And that comes as a collaboration with my creative director, with my stylist, with glam, down to hair and makeup. I mean, it's all thought through. And with this, maybe not today, but today, I've made a decision to wear less makeup and to embrace the natural texture of my hair and kind of take a back seat from glam Demi. And the styling has been incredible. Chris Aran is amazing, and it's been very thought out. Everything I've done, down to what I wear to the airport, I think about very seriously, because I see the value in every little detail of this era. The story creating, yes.
We're here during Fashion Week. We love fashion on this podcast. Was there a moment where fashion helps you rebuild your confidence?
I think it's helping me right now. It's just, I don't even know how to put it into words. When I'm dressed up, I feel like I'm kind of playing a character, but not really. And it has the power to completely change your mood. When you're in an outfit that is serving, you embrace it, you body it. And that's what I've begun to do. And it's really changed things for me, yes.
I think fashion can help you create a character to be more yourself.
Yes, exactly.
Which is weird, like paradoxal.
Yeah.
It's a character. My clothes can speak for myself.
Yeah.
When you're not in the mood, you're not confident, the clothes can speak to yourself.
Yes.
And you had a lot of fashion eras.
Lots of mistakes.
No.
Some great moments, some not so great moments.
Hey.
This is my first Paris Fashion
How
Week.
come?
I've always been touring or doing stuff, and I just value fashion so much now that I think I maybe didn't embrace it as much before.
Yeah.
I was on tour or I was making an album or doing something, and so I never was able to carve out the time for it.
Yeah.
And now, because I value it so much, I'm really making it a point to show up and build these relationships and just have more fun.
And fun also on stage, because the stage look is always something so exciting to see.
Yes, I'm so excited to come up with my stage outfits.
Are you working on it? Or you already have?
Maybe.
Nice! Are you guys here to
Oh,
find
look,
some
it's my favorite
inspiration?
dish.
You tell me the story behind those looks, okay?
Okay,
First one.
I'm scared. La La Land. Who said I can't wear my Converse with my dress?
This one.
I had to wear my Converse with my dress.
This raised me. The amount of girls in my school who were wearing Converse with a skirt.
No
and
way,
the dresses.
cute.
Oh la
I
la la
love
la.
it.
And the pose. And it's
Yes.
No, j'adore. Who styled you at this time? Was it yourself? You had a team?
I had a stylist. I don't remember her name.
It's okay. Stylist.
I was 15 and it was very brief, so.
How did you develop your own personal style if that young you already had stylists and people trying to find your style?
It's something that I'm still figuring out right now, you know? Like, I went through a phase where, like, first I would just wear whatever my stylist would give me. Then I went through a phase where I was like, no, comfort over fashion, right? Because I wanted to feel confident in what I was wearing. But then I realized if you don't take risks, it's not empowering at all. And now you can't catch me in flats. Like, I will be in stilettos. And it doesn't matter where I am, if I'm at the airport or if I'm on a walk. Like, I am in my stilettos. I'm 6 inches off the ground. And it's fun. Like, I'm having...
It is fun.
It's so much fun.
But you should like invest in those. The tabby.
Oh, I do have tabbies. I just...
Flats.
In this era right now, it's
not part of the story. I did at home. Okay. Talking about risk, short hair, I think is amazing.
Thank you.
For someone wearing a short hair,
Yes.
it's just so sexy.
Thank you.
It is. If I had like straight hair, this would be my haircut.
You would look good with any haircut. I think you would. I cut all my hair off in 2020. And
Post-COVID then.
or maybe it was 2021. I think it was post-COVID. But I cut all my hair off and it was really, really freeing for me. I felt like it was a new chapter for me and I just wanted to chop my hair off. And then I went through a phase where I shaved my head off.
Yeah.
And not my head off, my hair off. I shaved my head off.
She's dead. That's a ghost.
So yeah, I've gone through many different hairstyles over the years.
This one, very
Yes.
recent.
Took a risk there. It wasn't, I've never worn something like that on stage before, like a little bralette top.
Really?
Yeah, I've never really worn
How was it?
showing so much midriff. It was empowering and I felt sexy and confident and I loved it. I loved the pictures and I was like, I gotta take more risks.
And that moment also was for the people who knew, like the fans.
Yes.
It was the reunion, the moment
Yes.
where you went on stage with the Jonas Brothers, and it was, I think,
Yes.
a moment on the internet where...
What I loved about this was the sparkly jeans ended up selling out.
I know!
And I was like, wait, this is amazing.
You're a fashion icon.
Oh, thank you.
This is insane. One last look.
Aw, yes.
The broken
My
pearl.
second wedding
Vivienne.
look.
It's beautiful, such a beautiful dress.
Thank you, Vivienne Westwood.
Vivienne Westwood
Yes.
suits you very well.
Thank you so
no,
much.
really. How was this moment? How did you feel about the confidence and the look?
I felt so beautiful. I really felt so confident, so beautiful. And it was actually pretty comfortable. Like, it was a corset, but it was actually comfortable.
This, Vivienne.
Vivienne,
She
so
knows.
good. Yes. It was a perfect day, and that was a perfect dress, so
He was.
Thank you.
You look gorgeous.
Thank you.
We were talking about the mugs.
Yes.
Something crazy, and I think it's kind of insane that we live in this world. If someone from medieval time come here today and we have to explain what a meme is,
Yes.
I don't know what we're gonna say.
It's a love language.
It is a love language. The internet turned you to memes, of course, put Lovato, a reaction gift, the dish.
Yes.
Was that ever hard for your confidence, or did you eventually learn to love from it?
Okay, a few memes that have gone viral with me. The mug, the dish meme. I actually was, what a lot of people don't realize is I was in on it. I was so bored with doing so many interviews that day that I was like, I'm just gonna have fun with this.
Yeah.
So they asked me what my favorite dish was, and I sarcastically answered, it's a mug. And if you watch the full clip, you actually see me look over to my team and smile because I'm like, that was really funny. And they cut that part out.
Of
and
course.
So what went viral was just me saying that. And because I was in on it, I didn't take it personally.
Yeah.
But I did take poot personally at first because I was like, oh, that's a really bad angle of me. And then I realized it was Photoshopped.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, okay, now that I know it's Photoshopped,
Now you
I can
accept
like
it.
it. And
I
now,
open with arm.
I mean, she's still in my basement, but she might make an appearance soon. Ooh. You never know.
Could you imagine? That's the photo of the album.
Yes.
But do you think humor and confidence are connected?
I think they're definitely connected. Once I learned to laugh with other people at some of the moments that have gone viral,
Yeah.
It's, like I said, freeing. Like, I think that's the key word to this era is like free.
Which is the end goal. It's very easy to say, those Pinterest quotes and just love yourself and be yourself, but I don't think people understand how complicated it must be for a young person to develop themselves and be confident and feel deeply grateful for what they have, but also humble because they want more. It's like very conflicted.
Well, I think confidence is so hard to come by in this day and age when everyone on the internet is comparing themselves to someone else.
Oh, yes.
And so I think you really just have to take a step back and realize it's all just noise. Like, it doesn't matter, and your worth isn't defined by someone else's.
Yeah, when you're young, you want to say young forever, but I think growing up and getting a bit older must be very freeing. And everyone says, like, the woman I know, like, when you're 40, you have the best time, the best sex, the best relationship. It's once you stop caring too much.
I am now having sex with the lights on. I didn't do that in my 20s. I was very insecure, and even though I still felt sexy in that period of my life, now it's to a new level, to where I'm like, I embrace my flaws, and I realize that my husband who loves me is not paying attention to those same flaws that I see in my head, and he wants to see me. So, like, I should give that to him and do it for myself, more importantly. It's so empowering. And, like, I think the difference between my 20s and 30s is, like, lights are on, baby.
But I think on the scale of being confident, the light during sex is very high on the scale.
Yeah.
I mean, like the top,
I think
that makes sense.
I think so. And I think, I've embraced myself, and I recognize that I have flaws, but they don't hold me back anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm not spending so much time worrying about it.
Who was the first person who listened to the new album?
Probably Jordan, because we're together all the time.
Yeah.
And every time I would come home with a new song, I would play it for him. And he's my biggest cheerleader. I think he was the first person to have the link to my album, because he would be like, babe, I'm in the car and I want to listen to this. Like, can you send it to me? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. And so I think he was the first person that heard it.
I love how smitten you are, and you keep mentioning him and how important he
Yes.
seems to be. It's very, very romantic.
Thank
What
you.
is one thing that your husband tells you that makes you feel very confident?
He tells me I'm beautiful. And on days when I don't feel it, like I said, I borrow his eyes.
Yeah.
And I really I believe wholeheartedly in what he's saying.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to, like I said, with the pressures of comparing yourself to others, like, it can be challenging when you get on your phone every day and you see other people who might be smaller than you or might be younger than you or whatever it is that you're comparing yourself to. And but he reminds me how beautiful I am, and I believe it.
I know the feeling of some moments where you just keep comparing yourself, especially like for Fashion Week. To me, is my biggest insecure moment, is that I feel very important in the clothes, and then you see everyone is so gorgeous and tall, but what I love is that you never mention that you don't feel confident about your ideas, about your brain, about your talents, your voice. It's always the thing like, on the exterior, on the outside.
Yes.
Sometimes when I feel very at my lowest, this year was very hard on confidence for me. I keep reminding, I love my brain. This is one thing I'm confident with, is my brain. And I think on the rest of it, I can borrow some people's eyes. I can maybe work on it. I can try to explore other style, a new way of dressing or working out, I don't know, but or also new ways of accepting who I am. But what I love is that you never mention that you're not confident in your brain and you seem to really love what you have on the inside.
Yes, I know my heart. I know how much I love. I value that so much. I take care of the people around me. I might have bad days where I'm in a bad mood, but I apologize for it. And I feel very confident in that.
Wow. Cheers to that.
Yeah. How do you say cheers in French?
Santé.
Yep.
And we also, when we clink,
Yes.
we say santé.
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 Yep.
Santé. It means health, good health.
Okay. I believe you.
Let's open the chapter of It's Not That Deep. How did you come out with the title of the album?
Well, the title is in a song lyric, in my song Kiss. It's not that deep unless you want it to be. And it just like fully embodied what the purpose of the album. You know, like I said, it's all about having fun in this era and not taking myself too seriously. And I just felt like it was a perfect lyric to, you know,
It resonates.
kind of, yes, it tied it up in a perfect little bow. And I was like, this is it.
Did you were reflecting on other names for the album?
Yeah, you know, in the past, I've always titled it after a song.
Okay.
You know, Holy Fuck was a song title, Confident was a song title, Here We Go Again, Don't Forget. I always kind of took the easy way out, kind of, and like when I would have a tough time of coming up with an album name, except for my self-titled album, Demi.
Demi. Dots. Period.
But, you know, I wanted to push myself a little bit to think of something different, and this is what I came up with.
I feel like it's a recitation, like a full circle of how we met you for the very first time with pop songs. And I think it's kind of amazing that we have a full circle, and the people who were here at the beginning will absolutely resonate to that. And the people who will discover you from this album they're gonna discover how we discovered you like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm bad with the track of time, 10, 20 years.
I think it's
50.
been like 18 years.
18 years.
Yeah.
If you will be in France, you'll be able to drink alcohol and drive a car at 18. That's what we do.
Oh no, don't say that.
What do you think your younger self would say if they were listening to It's Not That Deep?
Go off. You know, like, I'm proud of you. I think my younger self would be very proud of the artist that I am today.
Yeah.
Taking risks musically and fashion, and yeah, I would be proud of me.
Is there something that still scares you?
I mean, a lot of things scare me. I have many fears, spiders. But no, I think like I try not to focus on the things that scare me so much, like the numbers, the charts, awards, things like that. Like that's actually very scary for me because I used to put so much emphasis on it, and then I realized expectations are disappointments waiting to happen. And like if you expect these things and they don't happen, you're going to be disappointed. And so instead of expecting them to happen, I kind of just was like, well, let me manifest them. And if they come true, wonderful. If they don't, it's not the end of the world. So I try not to focus on the things that scare me, because I don't want to put energy towards that, but just embrace the things that give me life. And right now, it's my album.
I'm very happy for you.
Thank you.
No, but this is like so good to see someone happy, no?
Thank you.
Feels great. You want to, just because confidence and happiness is something very contagious. The same way someone is having a bad day, you can like feel it. When someone is really enjoying and trying to give an album is like a gift. You gift it to someone else. An album have different lives. The moment where you write it, and the moment when it's go out, and how
Yes.
the public is gonna perceive it.
Yes.
So this doesn't scare you anymore.
It doesn't scare me so much anymore. I've had to really relinquish control over it.
Yeah.
I realize that it is so out of my control that it is what it is. All I can do is focus on the art I create. And
True.
if I'm proud of it, I'm gonna be proud no matter how well it does.
Absolutely.
And I pretty much answered that. Sorry.
Like, it's very hard for me to finish a sentence.
I'm ADHD.
So my mind is somewhere else sometimes.
Yeah,
but
like the podcast.
we got there.
Yeah, the podcast is like my therapy. It's where the only moment in my day where I don't have my phone or doing something else.
Isn't it nice?
It's so nice.
Yes.
What is so sad is that I realized that I'm very addicted to my screen. I did a challenge for myself where I had no
Me
screen
too.
for a month.
Wow.
What did you do?
Well, a long time ago when I first got sober, I went 6 months without a phone. And that I got used to. And I kind of realized I didn't need it that much. And if I needed to get a hold of someone, I had people around me that
Yeah.
would call for me.
But you still like had a home phone,
There was
emails,
I
letters?
don't really do email. Like, I'm so bad about emailing. Everyone on my team knows that. I'm like, if you send me an email, text me that you sent me an email.
Yeah.
But then recently, like last week, I went on a social media cleanse where I didn't get on the internet or social media for it was like 3 days. But
Still.
it was hard.
But isn't it crazy? Because when I took back my phone after full months,
Yes.
I thought it was going to be blowing. So many things could have happened. And in an hour span of time, I saw everything that happened on the internet for the past month. And was like,
Yes.
how can I have 8 hours screen every day when in
Yes.
an hour I could catch up with everything?
Right.
This is where I was like, okay, I need to work a little bit on this.
Yes.
Says the influencer, you know? Like my job is to be on the phone and I have a job because people are on the phone.
Of course.
And are listening to us. But still, get off your phone.
It's possible. We don't have to be a slave to technology.
Yeah.
It's very possible once you make a conscious decision to get off of your phone, it can really give you a lot of freedom.
Freedom and also time to do other things.
Yes. Like listen to podcasts or, well, I guess you do that on your phone. Albums, reading books.
Where should we listen to the album? Where's the best place to listen to the album?
I think the best place to listen to an album is definitely in the car. Always the car. When I am in the car, that's where I do my mix tests where I will check the mixes of an album in the car.
Yeah.
But also I do 3 tests. So if I get a mix back, I will play it in headphones. I'll
Right.
play it in the car and then I'll play it on a speaker.
Okay.
And if it checks all 3 of those,
Then
then it's out in the world.
I think our album is best to listen in the club with friends, but also what I really, really love is that it has some time to listen at home and have a party by yourself.
Yeah.
Like in the movie clip. I think it was such a smart way of having this movie clip of you dancing in your bedroom and living room, because this is, for the introvert like me, it's where we go to the club. I don't
Yes.
really do clubs. Like once in the blue moon you'll see me.
I'm kind of the same way.
Yeah, but when I go out, then I have the whole week to rest. It's painful.
I love going out. I just need to do it more.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. But I am an introvert. Well, actually, I'm an outrovert. It's a new term that I heard of where it's like you recharge with meaningful connections. So you recharge with loved ones. You recharge with other people, but it's not in a very public setting.
Yeah.
So I've kind of adopted that term.
Outroverts.
Outrovert.
Outroverts.
Yes.
That's who we are.
It's the new thing.
That will be the
on
name of the
internet.
podcast. Outroverts. Thank you so much for the time we had like an hour together.
Oh,
that,
good.
That was very fast.
That was so fun. I didn't even realize that was an hour.
Yeah, I'm very excited for this chapter of your life.
Thank
because
you.
your happiness, your smile is very contagious. So it gave me a little bit of that, and I hope for the people who's watching also have a little bit of that. Now,
Yes.
the rest of your day, I want to dance to it. I want to cry to it,
Oh,
and I
good.
want to have sex with the light on.
Hell
on lit.
yeah!
Nice.
Yes.
And this is how we're gonna stop the podcast. Sex with light on. I think Disney is gonna love that. Sorry, guys, because we're also broadcast on Disney Plus. I'm like, hi.
Oops.
Oopsie. Come on, guys. Cheers to that. Santé.
Santé.